Off of your...
Reese's is making a crunchy peanut butter again.
We're live. What about crunchy what now?
I said the Reese's is making crunchy again.
Bro, you'll want to adjust your camera.
Yeah, I know. I know it's gonna
Oh, we got 2 people in the burger joint viewing us already.
I don't know what to do. Where should I go?
Check out, or go on to Twitch. Keep an eye on that.
Which is lame. Sleep on it. The only upside about doing it first thing in the morning is...
Yeah, the rest of the day.
No, well that, but my phone is fully charged at that point.
Oh. I don't even know where my phone is. I should find it real quick. I gotta hit the record button anyways.
I'd say it's right there. Oh. Sleep on it. Baby, just sleep on it.
Cowboy dream. Where's the real thing?
You don't even know the name of the song?
Whatever. That's way off. All right. Let me just make sure we're getting all the sound we need. We are. All the sound's popping through. Gonna get my headset on here. Start recording there as well. Do you do whatever Sharon you wanted to do, bro?
Yep. Those things are not easy to figure out, I swear.
I agree.
Yeah, they could be something else, can't they?
Do you have to put the R on the right side, or are you okay with it being flopped?
I didn't even know there was an option for that.
Yeah, on the inside it says left or right.
Yeah, I think I knew that, but I didn't know that mattered.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, his are opposite than what it says on the inside.
Okay.
Mine has to be set up right, or I'm gonna
Right.
lose my mind.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, no, I would much rather be wrong on yours, Sarah.
Why?
I'd hate that cord coming across in front of me so much.
Oh, I don't think it bothers me.
Like, Adam works out fine because he's on that side.
It does, besides I gotta unplug it real quick and...
Make it work or something?
No, the cord was dragging it down. Another cord was on top of this, what I'm saying.
I was wondering, I was like, why is that door just open?
Dragging it down, huh?
Dragging it down. Alright, so I have edible beefaroni. I have wax. I have vape pen. And I got a bowl loaded with keep.
Okay.
It is Sunday morning wake and bake up in this place.
That sounds like death.
It is death. Death in a crucible.
All right.
Excuse me?
Death in a parish. My Sunday morning church, I will die in here. So we all ready?
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Burger Joint. This is K-Bird.
This is Big Mike.
EDK.
And we're extending the brain. For
I
our
like
wake
to
and bake
I
section.
kind of like to think we're expanding the brain.
We're expanding the brain. How do you feel, bro?
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing.
We're expanding it because we're getting ripped.
I'm not doing no such thing.
I'm doing that.
So, do you happen to have any of those riddles to start with?
I didn't have them pulled up, but I can. If you chit-chat while I do that.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who missed last week's Friday episode, I think it was.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Wednesdays. We talked about the brain.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. we got into some Lady K would call them heated discussions, probably. I don't think they were heated discussions. I think they were good discussions.
Yeah, I didn't feel that they were that heated.
I think it's sometimes the way Big Mike gets into those conversations. He's very adamant about his point.
Yeah.
And she thinks that means heated. So, real quick, here's something for your brain. We had 46 downloads yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
That's sweet.
We're already up to 14 today.
People,
People out here downloading shit.
I would really,
Listening to shit, yeah.
I'd really suggest sleeping in on a Sunday if you can.
Oh, nah. You only got 2 days off. Why waste all the sleep?
Because I like sleeping.
I do too.
So, whoever's in Ashburn, Virginia, that's been listening to us religiously,
We love you.
we love you. We want to have your children.
No, we don't.
Okay, we take that back.
It's probably the CIA or something.
Right.
Is it?
ATF.
I hope you guys are enjoying what you're hearing.
It's fun.
The ATF.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got so much to look into with us, huh?
Oh, wait, the DEA.
Still so much to look into.
That's
Could you imagine if they were that bored they had to look into us?
yeah, I can imagine it. They ain't got nothing else to do.
Sitting here trying to fight drugs like it's a bad thing. Drugs are a good thing. They just don't like it because it expands the populace's mind, and we defy the government at that point.
Oh. You think us as this trio has come up with the most terrible anti-government message?
Yeah, by saying drugs are fun. 100%. Wanderers rips up in the house on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah. So drugs expand the mind, and that's weird.
They do. I mean, to the point, somebody had to have been high when they figured out that we're all just slaves in our country to the government, working to have this fictitious dollar that they say we need to survive.
Well, you do have to have something.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be government controlled. And once they make it government controlled, we're slaves to the government.
I think no matter what you end up having as a currency, somehow a government will control it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they're doing so good at controlling Bitcoin.
But it's not a reserve currency. It's not a currency that everyone's like using.
Yeah, but it's a currency the populace recognizes is a better currency than our own currency.
No, the populace recognizes Bitcoin generally as an investment.
I guess I just look at it as a currency because that's what it is.
Yeah, but
I understand what you're saying. It's not widely.
Known as a
You-
currency or
I
whatever.
mean, it's known, but you can't use it for what you would for as easily as everything else. It's
Yeah.
money.
I'd say it's a safer form of currency than anything the government has their hands in.
I wouldn't say that.
I'd trust it more personally because, I mean, the government can make one wrong step and the dollar crashes. The government can say that same small wrong step and the dollar crashes, but Bitcoin ain't going anywhere because it's tied in so many different countries that the U.S. economy is not going to affect it all that much.
So, but it was up to $70,000, and now it's in the 20s or maybe 30s.
Yeah.
So the value of your currency just got halved. Now it's basically like you're working for $10 an hour instead of $20 an hour, what you can buy with that currency. So yeah, it's very volatile.
Well, so's the American dollar, and everybody at $4 a fucking egg. So we're working for.
It's gotten better.
You know,
Eggs.
it's gotten better, but so we were working for the same thing, 25 cents or $1 an hour compared to now we're working for $4 or vice versa, 25 cents an hour.
So yeah, I agree, but it's not current. It's not that. No, we're not working for 25 cents an hour. We got one of them weird bots on Twitch out here talking some nonsense.
Lady K, take care of those, would you?
I'm trying.
Ain't that weird though? Like, there's these things called bots. Like, what are they
Crashing our
doing? Just out here talking some nonsense. I mean, it's weird, man. Like, I don't know.
It is. It's weird. I don't know what to think of it either.
Got it.
Thank you. You're so awesome. Fuck that bot. Lady K just killed you, bot. Contrastional green.
So yeah,
Don't hurt yourself.
things like that be happening a lot. Like with Bitcoin though.
Oh, with it all, yeah. It's all volatile, but honestly, anything the government has their hands in, I'll trust hell of a lot less than something the government doesn't have their hands in.
Right. So the thing. So here's what some people think is going to happen. Here, soon the dollar is going to start crashing.
Oh, it will.
So, but then the government will come out with their own coin. Okay, and then they'll say, "Hey, you trade in your dollars. I'll give you 125% on the dollar in these coins."
Ain't nobody falling for that shit. They just want to make it a cashless market at that point.
Yeah, and then that way they can track everything that you do.
Yeah, see, there's too many drug dealers in the world that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, it doesn't mean, yeah, it might not fully go that way. There might be somewhat of an underground market for a while. But
Here's the one thing I think maybe a lot of people fail to realize. If you take away the cash market, you kill the drug trade. You kill the drug trade, you will effectively shut down our economy tomorrow.
okay, except my understanding is that a lot of the drug trade that goes on around now is starting to be on Cash App.
I've never even heard of that being done. I'd never do that. Fuck that.
A lot of people use Cash App, I think, to be somewhat anonymous.
Yeah, but that drug dealer still has to accept that money on Cash App. Where's that money coming from? If you're any sort of decent drug dealer, you ain't doing that. You're gonna get caught.
Not if you don't gotta ever deposit the money into a bank account.
So how do you use it then?
Cash App, like people, there's people were using Cash App at Dollar General the other day.
How do you do that? Is it like a card?
Yeah, like a reloadable card.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah, the government will shut that down
so
soon
kind of
enough.
like a prepaid thing.
Yeah, that's what's funny when they were talking about how good Cash App is doing. Like most of its money comes from drugs.
Interesting. So it's like just a preloaded card that no names are tied with.
I don't know how the actual card works, bro. I don't know.
That is so weird. I mean, that'd be the only thing that keep the economy afloat if they tried to shut down a cashless system, or create a cashless system. But it only lasts for so long before the government or Fed said, "No, you can't do this."
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, if I do it that way, I would assume that means the federal government also is basically.
And we appreciate you, Hazel. Appreciate you. Much love, much love.
So, do you actually have a bank account at that point?
With Cash App,
Like, if you go to a cashless society, do you have a bank account?
you'd have to.
Why would I have to store my money in a bank?
I don't think you would. You can pay your bills out of that.
Right, everything can be done with that. It's just data. Yeah. I don't know. That sounds kind of nice. Not having to deal with a bank.
Does it?
I
Not
don't,
having to deal with a bank. I don't deal with my bank.
I do, so it doesn't matter.
My money's just there.
Right. What if it didn't have to be?
Where would it be then?
Virtual.
Is your money even at the bank?
No, it's just numbers on their computer system.
Right.
It's just numbers on their computer system. I mean, the money is probably in some national reserve, supposedly, which is honestly probably over in China because they own all our money anyways. Which is why the dollar's going to end, because all the Brits are pulling out. Everybody on the Brit thing or whatever is pulling out. With that happening, our dollar's going to crash like fuck. And the only thing that's going to keep this country alive at that point is the drug trade.
What's up, Hazel? We got all sorts of people on YouTube.
Yeah, seen that. I was talking to him over here. You just didn't hear me.
Right. Wasn't paying attention.
Oh my god. I'm so bad at this.
But you know what I'm saying?
No.
The,
Remember when you said I wasn't paying attention?
yeah. So everybody in that, it's called Brit, right? That other money thing, right?
Bricks.
BRICS is pulling out of the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
Okay,
like
which is going to
Brits.
cause the U.S. dollar to crash, anyways.
Right.
So that money that's supposedly in this U.S. reserve, which is probably not there anyways, because probably already over in China, because they own everything anyways, is just going to become worth less. So the fucking shit on the bank's computer screens ain't going to be worth dick.
Right.
Right. And then the only thing keeping the world alive will be the drug trade.
Oh, jeez. I think that's a stretch.
No, I think people will still trade stuff besides drugs.
Yeah.
Do you?
They're going to have to. You can't survive on drugs.
Right. The world economy is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's not going to just survive on it. One thing.
Yeah, but I think the world economy depends on the drug trade more than most people realize.
I guess. I mean, I think a lot of places rely on drugs and a lot of places don't.
I'm talking about the economy as the world as a whole.
Okay, what are you comparing it to?
Anything. I mean, let's take let's take China for example. So the fucking government puts a lockdown on some bullshit on fentanyl and different drugs out of China. China loses a lot of money. Okay. Next, you know, the flow of heroin coming out of China stops. All right. And fentanyl, all of a sudden, is a new flow out of China because it costs pennies on the dollar to make fentanyl compared to heroin. And all of a sudden, China's not losing money anymore.
I really wish fentanyl would go
At
away.
the same time fentanyl started hitting the streets in America, China's deficit there hit because of our bullshit, our fucking, hey, we can't trade this with us anymore, is gone. Wiped clean. Done. No more deficit. China's still making their money because they're selling us illegal drugs. That's the money from their drug dealers over there gets pumped back into their economy. So their economy is boosted back up. So us blocking trade with them didn't affect anything. So there's my case in point of how the world relies on drug trade. Even though China is this anti-drug country, they can rely on their drug dealers to push the right drugs over here to pump money in their economy in a way that's needed.
Yeah, what if they stopped trading cars to us or something?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That
Oh, America couldn't afford to not have Chinese cars over here and shit. A lot of stuff America couldn't afford to not have over here. There's
Right, I
because it's all we
understand.
have.
So what? That's what I'm saying. So what's it compared to?
I said, it's among a lot of things. We'd be screwed without.
Oh, we'd be screwed as fuck. But I think they'd always find a way.
Who'd always find a way?
Life finds a way.
Yeah, life, I guess.
I
a joke.
just don't, the dollar collapses. I don't think it's just going to be like, oh, we have nothing anymore. Just because the value of the dollar is horrible. I still think there is a lot of resources and production that does go on in the country that has value. You just wouldn't have to be able to base it on the dollar as much.
The dollar collapses, we're going to see a lot of what was just happening in the last several months. People not able to afford food, shit like that. Except it's going to be for a different reason. It's not going to be because of inflation. It's going to be because of the dollar collapse.
People are gonna be worse in debt. Not gonna get out of it.
Well, if the dollar collapses, that's would cause inflation, though.
Right, but this last time was solely due to inflation. Did the dollar collapse to make eggs go up to $7, $8 a carton? Or was that just inflation?
I think it's kind of the same thing.
It's a good question though, because
Is it the same thing? I think the value of the dollar is still the same right now as it was before. It's just goods cost more now.
It just seemed right.
It seems to us like the value of the dollar is less, but the
Well,
value is still more.
It is, the value of it to us is less because it doesn't go as far.
Right, but around the world it's still the same as it was.
I wish it would go back.
Am I wrong?
No, I think you might be right. I'm just wrapping it around in my head. So you're saying the price of internationally traded goods did not go up?
I don't think so.
I'm sure they did. Everything has gone up.
Well, okay. I think they. Are you talking about internationally traded goods coming into America?
Yeah.
Okay. I think at the ports they didn't go up, but I think once they hit American streets they went up.
When it comes to selling.
So you're saying the companies were buying it from China at the same price, and that didn't change?
Right. What changed is the cost to get it from the ports to the company to be sold, driving the prices up.
Because the cost of transportation in general.
And lack of transportation.
I'm assuming then just the shipping it went up too. I don't think it just was on our effect.
You know what? You're probably right, because for a while they had ships stuck out at sea because the ports couldn't take the flow of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we just blew Big Mike's mind.
So then when the dollar collapses, though, it would still cause inflation, though.
Right, but we'd be dealing with inflation and a collapse of a dollar.
We'd have double inflation. We wouldn't be able to eat.
We'd be having inflation, and we'd be trying to pay for that inflation with a dollar that's worth nothing
to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So then the China wouldn't be selling us the stuff at the same price. It'd be much more expensive.
Yes.
They'd be giving us less for it.
Yeah, it sounds like it caused a lot of inflation.
Lots of inflation going on all over the fucking place.
Yeah. That's how you pay off loans quicker, though.
Inflation?
Assuming wages rise as well.
You'd hope wages rise as well, but I mean, are the companies able to pay you more money if they don't have any money coming in because people can't afford the goods?
Yeah, I wish it worked that way. We all know that.
Yeah.
They do not coincide.
Yeah, because, during the recession back in the early 2000s, wages didn't go up a fucking bit. It was 5, 10 years after that recession that wages started going up.
Right. I don't.
Well, was there much inflation during that recession?
I don't remember.
I remember gas was really expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think food was, but I think like other things were.
Food is a big one, at least for me.
Food did. I think food went up a little bit during that time, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I remember it was definitely penny pinching during that time.
We were penny pinching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And now we're on the verge of depression. Just imagine what that's going to be like.
And we're making more than double what we were making then. So can you imagine how things go up? So a rise in wages really hasn't helped a thing.
Yeah, think about that. Our lifestyle is pretty much the same as it was during the recession. More kids, but pretty much the same. Probably even more boring because I'm not hitting the bars every night. So I bet I'm saving $50 to $100 a night.
Yeah.
So you think about that, and we penny pinch more now than we did then, probably. And we make probably more than double what we used to.
Yeah, that's what I said. More, but well,
And they have cheaper housing now.
as of right now, I compared to what food prices and costs were, say, 2 years ago, maybe probably closer to 2. I'm probably spending $400 or $500 more a month now than I did before. All because of however much, that may not seem like a lot to some, but woo!
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is the cost of the living wage, or cost of wages, the wage amount, the amount people get paid has not kept up with the
Right. Which
with
everybody
price increases.
guess that
Wouldn't be inflation, would it?
Yeah, it's still inflation.
I guess it's just not a quick inflation, so it has not kept up with inflation. I remember reading a report not too long ago about it, and it was basically saying our wages to be like quadruple, if not more than what they are. Like back in like the 50s, we'd be poor as fuck making what we're making right now. Comparatively. If
So-
you took our wage and adjusted it for what it would be in the 50s, all right, we'd be poor.
Wow. That sucks.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
Sarah, do you have another way to put
So
it?
the difference, I guess when you compare your wage to the cost of things, the gap was a lot smaller between the two. You could afford more
For less.
for less.
Let's say back then a person making 25 made 5.
Okay.
Well, you could just make
No.
it easy and say, pretend, you made $25 an hour in 50s, whatever. And, you're spending 30% of that on your normal, bills, we'll say. Instead of now making $25 and you're spending 60% of that.
Easier way.
I
Okay.
thought that was pretty easy.
You say one paycheck, one paycheck in a household should cover all these bills. That was an old way of thinking because that used to be very easy to do back in the 40s and 50s and 60s because of how much stuff costs. All right.
Okay, so because it takes 2 or 3 paychecks or 4 or whatever now, you would be considered
poor back then.
Poor back then. I got what you're saying now.
Right. Because in order for one paycheck to cover all bills, I'm sorry, you got to be making $30-$40 an hour.
Probably. Well, it depends on.
Yeah, where
Right.
back then, $5 an hour is plenty enough.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
But yeah, but the living or wages have not kept up with the inflation at all. Inflation's went like this, and wages are still way down here.
Although it's double.
You know, I want to say in the report it was even saying to the effect that people were making more money, like literally more money in the 80s than we make now. Like your average household brought in more money per month than we physically do now. And the 80s were considered a bad time.
I want things to cost less. Buying a house right now is ridiculous. The idea of it, anyway.
Well, it's a seller's market. It's always ridiculous in seller's market.
understand
That
that.
happens from time to time.
I understand, but the price, when houses are constantly being sold for over the asking price, I can't imagine trying to buy right now.
Yeah, where are these people that are selling moving to?
Right. That's true. They got a tent. In the back of their parents' yard.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They got to be going somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, like, are they selling their house for above asking price and then buying a house above asking price?
Probably.
So they've lost everything, basically.
Well, unless they just move to an overall cheaper market.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. But yeah, it's just all so fucking weird. It all boils down to, I mean, honestly, the government just trying to keep us down so we can't.
Prosper.
If we prosper, they can't control us. But if they can keep us tied down far enough, they can keep their ultimate control over us.
Yeah, a lot of that shit's about power and control. They just want to rule the world. I just want to know, like, who's really doing it, though, you know?
Like, who cares? About
It's
us?
your richest people in the world doing it. It's not the government's necessarily, but you got to accept the fact that the government's just a small pawn in the whole grand scheme of things, and the government's what controls us on this level.
Right, but who are the richest people in the world? Like, do we even know?
No, I mean they're your oil tycoons in countries like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, stuff like that. I mean, even like Forbes has come out and said we don't know who the 10 richest people in the world are because these people over here don't report anything.
Well, don't like some of them old money people kind of do the same thing.
Like the Rockefellers and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
But
it-
I think they're on the list of the richest people in the world, though.
Yeah, the money that we know about, though, right?
Right.
Right.
They could be. I'm sure they've got
But then you got
stock
But
elsewhere.
I'm talking even like old European type shit, like the Dumonts or something. I don't know.
right. They probably. I bet they line up with the oil tycoons out of like the Middle Eastern countries because you know there's got to be money over there that's just we can't comprehend.
Oh, I'm sure there's some crazy rich Chinese people too.
Oh yeah, I mean you see some of these foreigners, they have more money on their wrists than rich people in America will see in a lifetime.
Right.
You know? I mean their watches are worth millions.
That makes me so sad.
You know, I seen this video of
Like, there's no point.
a bear rip a door off a Ferrari, and this fucking Middle Eastern dude's just laughing about it like it's no big deal.
Well, I'd assume insurance could help too.
I don't think insurance covers bears ripping doors off your car because you let the bear climb on it.
How are you letting a bear?
Oh,
Bear-
it was a
bear-
photo shoot.
Oh, well, that's just stupid.
I mean, just think about how much money that takes to be able to laugh about a bear ripping your door off your Ferrari or Maserati or whatever.
Well,
the
if you
fuck
own
got.
one of those, I'm assuming you don't really care about money because you have way too much of it.
And that's just money that I can't comprehend that. What do you do with that money? I'd be dead. I'd be putting so many drugs in my system. I'd be dead. I can guarantee you right now.
It's nice.
Well, that seems like a waste.
Right.
Well, it does, but that's just. I mean, that's my personality. Drugs are fun.
Yeah, I'd find other fun.
Right.
I'm going to do stuff in my private jet.
Fine, maybe I just smoke a shit ton of weed in my private jet when I fly place to place.
Okay, maybe you could do that. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, and then
I'd
when I
build
land,
up
I do
an
shrooms.
island.
You'd build up an island
Yeah, it'd be like Sarah's Island.
like Cedar Point.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'd have everything I ever would want,
Okay.
like all the food I like, and
I'd definitely have like a station to be like always be getting like the newest like VR stuff and have one of those like things you can run in.
I'd buy Honduras. The
I don't
entire
know.
country.
I don't know if they'd like that.
Well, they can still live there. I'm just their new ruler.
Oh yeah.
And my rules are, look, just be good to each other. We'll all be good.
Good luck with
Let's
that.
just smoke some weed and be a happy country.
I mean, I don't know if that'd work though.
Oh, they love me. They'd love me.
There's this lady that sings this song on like the Facebook stuff, and I can't find the reel, and I just want to see it again, but I don't know how to. That's all.
Okay. Very interesting. I feel like I've never been so happy that Big Mike shared something with us.
No, because like I wish I had something to say about it, but there's just nothing to say about it because I don't know what's going on, and I just know I like it.
There's a song, you know that little African child singing that song? The rain.
Oh yeah.
The happy stuff. Oh yeah, kill all the white men. That's not the song. That's NOFX.
Lord, I thank you for sunshine.
Yes, that
I
is
thank
it.
you for rain. I thank you for joy. I thank you for pain. What a beautiful day.
Yes, that's it.
That. Yeah.
That's it. I wouldn't thank anybody for pain though. I
I
mean,
know that's stupid.
it's like what do you call that? All the boys in donkey chains. Donkey chains, thank you for all the boys in pain.
That's not how that goes.
I don't know what that's about at all.
What
Oh,
was that show?
oh man, My Wife and Kids.
That's it.
Yeah, you ever seen that show?
Instead of Donkey Shane, he sings Donkey Chain.
Yeah, and he goes up to who sang that song in real life?
That was what's his face?
Monster dude.
The guy from Vegas.
Yeah,
The monster.
he was involved in the mob really big.
Really?
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra?
No, it wasn't Frank.
Oh, it
Sinatra.
wasn't Frank Sinatra.
No. That was. I don't even know how to spell Donkey Shane.
But the dad goes up to the singer. He goes, "Hey, I love your song," and they start singing it. Donkey chains.
Oh my. That's kinda-
absolutely hilarious.
That's pretty silly.
Yeah, that was. Are you sure it's not Frank Sinatra?
Mhm.
Frank Sinatra was fucking tied up with the mob.
Wayne
so
Newton.
Bad. Wayne Newton. That's it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Wayne Newton. That's a guy. Taking up space in my head.
Fucking people taking up
He's
space in my
huge
head.
in Vegas.
Yeah. Is he? I don't
He
know.
was. I don't think he is now.
Is he even alive?
I don't know. I don't know.
I doubt he's alive anymore.
How do you figure that? I don't remember.
If he's alive, he's gotta be like 120 years old.
No, he doesn't.
That's so weird going to Las Vegas. Like, there's all these signs about these performances that are coming up, and it's like,
And what, do artists just live there?
yeah, they had like a residency.
He's 81 years old.
So they must make a killing in Vegas.
He's still alive.
Oh yeah, I bet you. Yeah,
because they give up the world tours and whatnot to go sing in Vegas.
right. Because you could perform like 3 nights a week or something without having to do all that travel and stuff.
You could be home on every
That's so
night.
crazy. They got to be making a killing there.
No, I think they do for sure.
Yeah, they signed probably like a 5-year contract, and they're set.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, because Elvis did that shit,
Yeah,
and it really fucked him up, didn't it?
he wanted to
Travel.
travel.
And they kept him stateside in Vegas.
They lied to him.
Oh no, not Elvis.
That's probably what contributed to his death.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I think a lot of artists figure that out though. Is man, you get involved in them record labels and they just control the fuck out of you.
I've always viewed Elvis as a mystical human being,
A mystical human being.
like folklore. Really, I don't know.
I mean, he really existed.
I know, but like they make him out to be all that. I don't know. Just the dude. I never really paid attention to him at all.
We just know this because of the movie.
Yeah.
Elvis, remember?
Yeah,
Elvis.
I didn't watch that movie. It was
Oh,
weird.
it was pretty good.
I don't remember finishing it. Oh, he died. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Gee, I was hearing all sorts of noises. I was like, what the fuck is happening out there? Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I guess he's kind of a mythical person.
Well, he's held up to a very high regard. I mean, he's got fan bases that are far exceeding anything, really. I mean, still to this day. He died in the 70s.
Like these anti-drug fan base that this dude has. And yeah, he was like so hardcore into drugs and partying.
Maybe that's why.
It's like these people from like the 40s and 50s all seemed lame, but man, they had them been partying hard back then.
It's like the Rev. People, sharing their sobriety tokens because of him.
Yeah, because of him overdosing.
Hmm.
That was a drummer for Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
A badass drummer, for sure. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I could play the drums like him, I'd sell my soul to the devil. Like, if heroin could play...
You don't have a soul to sell.
I know.
so
I don't have a soul. I really think you're right.
I think you've already sold it for a bag of weed.
Probably something. My soul is done gone long time ago. I fucking just got rid of that stupid shit. I don't need it.
It's kind of weird. Like I don't care nothing about no bands, man. Like who they are.
But at least you're listening to music now.
That's true.
A little bit. Yeah.
You're getting there. We're breaking you.
That's a step in the right direction.
I haven't in like a couple of weeks though. Really.
I don't think you need to have that connection to a band per se.
No. There's so much music in the world. You don't need to have a connection to one band.
No. I mean, there's some that I probably would really enjoy just sitting and having a conversation, but
Would you?
just because.
Gotcha.
It's just kind of foreign to me.
All of it? What just the music in general, right?
Say what?
Just the music in general?
No, I just never grew up caring about that sort of thing. So
Getting gaga over somebody.
yeah, to even like care to even think about figuring out who the drummer is, I don't know.
I just know that because of it was a big thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, see,
Well-
I just don't know that at all.
Must not have been that big.
It was for anybody that knew that band
Oh.
in that in that genre in general.
In that time,
Yeah.
at that time, they were huge.
Right.
Because they had just coming out with Backcountry or
Oh.
whatever
Yeah.
a few years prior,
They have a huge.
which opened up
Fan
their
base as well.
following huge. Anyways,
I still see stickers on cars.
I think if someone would have told me that the Avenged Sevenfold drummer died, I'd have been like, "Oh, damn, that sucks."
yeah,
And in and out my head, I don't.
that's how I am with country musicians. It's like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, but I don't think it happens that often.
They just had one overdose within the last year.
That died.
Yeah.
I remember one like in an accident.
No, they had one. He was at a bar with his buddy. They were drinking. He said, "I'll be right back," and he never came back. And here's where it gets fucked up.
Who is this? Isn't
I
that...
forget his name, but they found like 3-4 days later, less than 50 feet from where he was standing with his buddy at,
Oh.
with a needle in his arm,
That's
dead.
fun.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it took like 50 feet away. It took them that long to find the dude.
They just weren't looking very good, or what?
They weren't looking there. They were looking everywhere but there. But yeah, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, babe, drug overdoses are more common at country concerts than they are.
I
any
know
other
you've told me
concert.
that 1,000 times, but that's not. I don't think the country artists are the ones. You just don't hear about that as much. I hear more of it on like the rock and rap scene than you do in country.
Yeah, I think it still happens. I think people just try to keep it hush hush.
Sure, but it's still
it's like
way more talked about on that side.
It's not considered the lifestyle as much.
yeah,
Right.
because it's considered taboo. Although most of them are fucking into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder how much your definition of most of them is true.
Right. I can't imagine that being true.
Well, I consider one of the stats say that there's more overdoses at these concerts than any other concerts in the country. That most fans, at least.
I'm thinking
then-
alcohol overdose.
No, it's like Country Fest. Here in Ohio, at least it used to be the #1 heroin overdose music festival in Ohio.
Okay, again, I don't. That still doesn't mean most,
Of the artists.
or even most of the fans.
Okay, per capita, it's way more popular, but per capita, you got a lot more lowlives that like country music than you got people. I mean, because I've been to both concerts, and the country concerts are so fucking trashy compared to anything else I've been to. I mean, trashy people, teethless motherfuckers walking around everywhere, stinky ass fuckers everywhere. I'd rather. You couldn't pay me enough to go to another country concert ever again. Them people are fucking disgusting.
Don't lump everybody in one group because there's
That's what he likes to do. As
right. I'm not
long as he feels he's talking about white people, it's okay.
right. That's true. We'll stick with the white.
No,
people.
all cultures like country, bro. All cultures like country. I'm not talking about just.
Yeah, but every group has their low lives, and country has their
Well,
opposite.
At least the low lives in the other genres of music stay home or something. I don't know what they're doing, but they ain't coming out stinking with their teeth all
Yeah,
falling
but
out.
I think the higher class of people come out for country. I don't want to say higher class, but
And how do they do that? How do they stand around all them stinky ass fucking
they're in
people?
the front.
You know, floor seats are or floor tickets are cheaper than seats at concerts, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying they have their own area.
Yeah. Dirty ass people.
Yeah. Oh, they're-
Right, but I still don't think it's still going to be most people are out there doing heroin. That's
Right. I know a
That-
lot of
That's why I changed it per capita.
per capita what
Of the population of people that go to those concerts.
Yeah.
is more.
Yeah, there's more heroin overdoses and stuff like that.
Yeah, isn't that the original stat you said?
I said most people. I changed it to per capita people going to those concerts. Yes, it's fact.
Probably it's
Right.
because there's millions more.
Yeah, that's what you already said.
I don't know. I don't know. Why would you say there's millions more?
I don't know. It seems like there's way more people that come to country than the split offs of.
Man, the smallest concerts I've been to was like that Darius Rucker
I
concert
don't
was a
care.
dinky ass fucking concert.
doesn't
with, like,
mean nothing.
nobody.
Okay,
The
that's
biggest concert I've been to, John Mayer, Green Day, stuff like that.
no. You didn't go to the Tim McGraw concert.
Because Tim McGraw's a fucking douchebag. I'd never step foot in one of his concerts.
Why? What? That has nothing to do with that.
I, mean, I think he's supposed to be a good dude, but his music sucks.
Okay,
I
he's
don't
still
agree
huge.
with that either. And
He's huge.
yeah, bro. Like
His reach is farther than John Mayer. I mean, I love John Mayer. I really do. But his reach is vastly bigger than
And you
his.
can't even consider that country, though. That's country pop, if
It doesn't
anything.
matter. It's all
Was
labeled country.
okay.
And he started off very country. Just so.
I'd rather listen to country pop than just country. I
Same.
don't care about
Oh,
your
not me. Ugh.
corn dogs or whatever.
I agree, though. I mean, it's.
What is it?
I don't care.
Mainstream country music sucks so horribly.
I like some of it.
It's about nothing. There's no emotion in it. There's nothing.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. I think the population who likes country is bigger than the other categories. Not combined, but separately, they're not as strong. Especially Midwest, South.
Okay, so what country singers do you see going on world tours?
I'm not saying that they're not far-reaching. I'm just saying as a whole.
Okay, but I just asked you a question. What country singers go on world tours?
I don't know.
Thank
Don't
you.
care. It doesn't. That's not my point.
So you can't say far-reaching.
In the United States, they are. They're huge.
That's one country.
Yeah, I don't.
You talk about rap and rock groups, the whole fucking world.
Okay, fine.
Right. So we have something that's unique to us. Yeah, we like it.
No, I mean our rap and rock groups reach the whole world.
Right.
Yeah, but we have a whole music genre that's unique to us.
Right.
Yeah, because we got shitty tastes.
I don't. You're. No, you can't.
I just this mainstream country music is horrible. I think I'd rather listen to Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs even, and I'm not a huge fan of that old style of bluegrass. But I'd rather listen to that than anything on a country radio station. Because all you're getting fed is depressing ass. Oh,
Yeah,
my boyfriend, my
No,
girlfriend.
that is not true.
That's what do you mean? That's old school country.
That is old school country.
all
It's
that.
a lot different now.
What are they singing about now? Because I tell you, Taylor Swift, how much has she really changed?
She's one and a lot.
I don't even think you consider Taylor Swift country.
No, you
anymore.
Well, she finally decided she's not
A
country.
long time ago. She hasn't been country for probably over a decade.
The rest of these idiots need to decide that and accept the truth.
Well-
that they're
Well,
singing pop music.
Okay, well, I don't think they care.
No, they're making far more than they.
I swear, all these people out here, that shit ain't country. It's like,
Okay.
who cares? Do you like it or not? You don't like it? Okay, fine. I don't care.
I kind of agree. Like, does it really matter? If you like it, you like it. I'm with you there. I don't prefer it anymore. I think I got burnt out with it, but I'm not gonna down anybody that likes it.
I'm not downing anybody.
You really
that likes,
are.
No.
You
And
think
I
they're
really,
shitty
I know
They're
their
shitty.
music is shitty. Their music is shitty.
To you.
And I think they got a crap taste in music. But you know what? I don't think you're any less of a person.
You're
All
on
right,
one.
but I mean, it all sounds the fucking same.
Nah, pretty much is like, you ain't got the music ears, bro. Don't turn the radio on when I'm with you at all, bro. Like, can't hear your shit.
Oh no, hell no! I tell you, if I was in somebody's car and they put on country music, I'd find earplugs and put them in.
I don't
Just
think
like
it's- I
that.
don't think it's
Oh, it is that bad.
You were on one. Go back to bed.
I feel like you're just going crazy about this country.
Right.
music that you
Let
hate.
it go. You like your shit, they can like their shit. It doesn't matter.
It's like fucking retarded. I watch this country music.
Right. You say you're not downing people, but you are.
Oh my god.
I'm downing their taste in for music. Not them as a person, but their ears obviously need cleaned out.
Yeah. And then you're like, every time I walk into a country concert, there's a crackhead. There's a crackhead. There's a crackhead.
The country concerts are like low life concerts. I'm sorry.
When was the last time you've been to anything like that?
Darius Rucker, because I will never go to one after
Okay,
that.
that was Darius Rucker at the cornfield. That doesn't mean anything. Not even. That wasn't even.
Well, shit, that was enough.
Okay, well, that was a long time ago, for one.
Yeah, Darius Rucker.
That's not even a thing.
That was, yeah, no, you can't tell me it's changed that much.
It has, and that
No,
you
oh
can't.
yeah, when's the last time
you
you were at a
can't-
country concert to tell me
You
it's
can't
changed?
base your opinion on one Darius Rucker concert.
So
just can't.
imagine, it's like imagine like a My Chemical Romance concert, okay? Then go to like a band that's in the same genre, but very not as popular concert.
Right. That's a good point.
Like
Darius Rucker was huge when we went.
Yeah, because he had a couple songs, but
huge for Darius Rucker.
Right, he was not huge compared to what we got going with.
He wasn't. He did the Corn Crib. He wasn't doing like Bear Stadium or whatever.
Right.
Okay, but
And it
the
wasn't
people
even
that
full.
do Bear Stadium are not country. They are country pop.
Oh,
at best.
we still put them in country. It
yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
they aren't country.
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, this is getting ridiculous.
They are on the verge of pop music, which is a completely different sound.
Yeah, but it's still-
completely different
No,
everything. You won't find Tim McGraw or any of them at Country Fest. You won't find them at any of these real country music
Sure you will.
festivals.
I think
They don't, because
You're
them
wrong.
places can't afford to have them. Oh, look! Pull one up and look
I'm
at the
not
headline.
pulling nothing up.
Pull up the bigger country music festivals and look at the headlines. You will not find people like that at those. They're on their old world tours. They're on their doing.
Oh,
their
they're
own,
world tours. No.
that whatever tours they do. But like, look them up. You won't. Their names don't go on those tours. They don't fit in with those people because they don't sing that type of music.
so. You're saying like that guy and then that other guy. Well, what did you say? What's his face did, and he sold out those big tours too.
What's his face?
Friends in Low Places guy.
Oh yeah.
Garth Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he had stadiums of his
Yeah,
own.
yeah, he was another one of those. I mean, he is country music,
Okay.
but that was back when country music wasn't allowed to go anywhere except country music. I mean, country fans back then liked country music, not pop music.
You're stuck on this country pop. It's just evolved. That the music itself is evolved.
But you can't evolve into another genre and not
it's
be
still-
expected to be called out on what it is. You're singing pop music. That's what it is. You're playing pop music. That's what it is. It's not country. It's pop.
Okay, whatever. It's still what it is now. I mean, we don't have any the old school, yeah, but what it is
There's
now.
plenty of the old school. Like a lot of the people that go to these country festivals are going there for the original style of country music, which a lot of people are out there doing.
I thought you said those kind of people weren't at those festivals.
I said the country pop shit is not at those festivals.
Oh, Tim McGraw is not country pop.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's still very old school.
No,
in
he's
comparison.
country pop as shit.
I don't know about that.
Country pop is shit. They all are. Even that one dude I used to like went that route. That Read Me My Rights guy.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Brantley Gilbert.
Yeah, he's a pop singer now too.
Yeah. So you just don't like pop music?
No.
Oh.
I do. At the times. Not sometimes.
No. I mean, it can put me in a happy, peppy mood, but that's about it. There's nothing behind it.
That's fine. You could. I don't think you.
Backstreet's back. All right. That song has no meaning.
Yeah.
It gets you pumped. It doesn't need to. Not all music needs to have a deeper meaning. You just have fun.
Yeah, you're like one of these like music snobs out here. Like,
Right. You like that.
she's
And the
got
pop shit.
gotta have meaning, man. Or else this is trash. These songs that make you happy, fuck them. They ain't got no meaning. Shit.
I don't. If it don't have
Get them out of my ears.
If they
No.
don't have meaning, it's just as worthless to me as I'd put reading the Bible as a waste of time.
I can really point out some music that you've listened to that means nothing, that bug the shit out of me, that repeat the same nonsense over and over. So I don't even want to hear that. You got some shit.
Okay, you fucking music snob.
That's fine. I'm a little more open to other people's taste. That's fine.
I'm open. I'll listen. I'll give your shit a chance. But if it's country, more than likely, I'm putting
See-
plugs in my ears.
See, there you go.
But I was raised around the stupid shit. I've been around the stupid shit my entire life, and it's garbage. I worked really hard to get away from it. Very hard.
So,
That's fine, but you don't gotta
so
alienate other people for
you
it.
used to like music that were country, but then they went country pop. But you don't also like country either.
I like really twangy country, and that's
Oh
about
God, that's horrible.
Twang, twang, twang.
I hate twang.
Gotta go ride my horse.
it. Look, if
Save
you're
a
gonna be
horse.
rock music, be rock music. Don't label yourself as country. If you're gonna be pop music, be pop music.
I
Don't
like
label
country
yourself
rock.
as country.
Some of the country.
Be
rock-
what you are, not what.
Why? Why do you have to fall into some specific?
You know how many
group?
bands I will not find because they label themselves country, but they're not country, and I would probably like them, but I'll never find them because Whiskey Myers, for one, they are not country. You look on all the charts, they're country music.
Yeah, but they're rock, and they're rock country or whatever it is. I like that. I think
I like it too, but I would never have found them if it weren't for you to use fucked up algorithms and taking me into fucked up
that's
shit.
great. Just because they're
But
labeled
like
weird
on
doesn't mean
music platforms, you won't find them.
Yeah.
A person like me will never find them.
you're not gonna listen to Jelly Roll anymore either.
Oh, I can't stand his newer stuff for the most part. He had that one song Big Mike showed me.
I like to Save Me. I don't know.
Save Me is good, but is that the one you showed me, bro? Or
I don't remember.
I forget what it was. A newer one you just showed me I liked, but for the most part, a lot of his new stuff I don't enjoy.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. And I don't have a problem with people finding their voice in
I think
other genres.
That's part of what you don't understand. Okay, and a lot of people don't understand. It's not them finding their voice. It's they got signed. Now you do what we say,
Okay,
how
that
we
doesn't-
say it. We don't care what type of music you play because you're playing what we tell you to play now.
I don't
Does any TV channel even have like a TRL show?
know. I wish it did.
Like even like a top 10 music video count?
I have not seen one in a really long time. But then again, I don't have satellite.
Yeah.
That's a good question. They should.
I wouldn't mind watching that.
I want behind the music.
Yeah.
There's a lot of documentaries. And
There
stuff
is,
out
but
there
it's
with
just-
behind the music. I
Yeah.
watch them a lot.
I do too, but it's not. It's usually just one group instead of let's take this song and video and dive into that. It's the person or the band, which is cool. It's just not the same. You get your little snippets.
I like pop-up video.
Pop-up video.
That was good. That was
I
good.
love that.
It was good.
That's VH1.
I never hit record up there. That sucks. So,
Yeah, that is VH1.
but all right. Well, I think we got about 5 more minutes, and then we got to wrap this one up.
What was it about again?
Nothing that we decided.
Oh,
We
man.
tried to talk about the
K-Berg.
brain.
K-Berg was on one.
I'm not on one. Oh my god!
You okay?
Just because I know more about a topic than you.
No, no,
That's not
that is
even-
not at all what. No.
Nah, it's just one of those things where, like, man, your eyes open up so big when
Right.
you're trying to emphasize something.
Right.
On your own,
Like-
you're like,
You're gonna. This is exactly how it is. You both are like that when it comes to separate things. Your music, obviously, that's your shit. You guys are the same.
it wasn't just the music. There was also the crackheads.
I'm sorry, country fans tend to be crackheads. Fucking
knew-
sticky
you-
fucking crackheads.
You knew he had to reiterate that as well
Right.
once you mentioned it. So
Right. Oh,
You know what?
I think you just alienated all of our country music
Right.
listeners.
I'm so sorry. Don't pay attention to the man behind the microphone.
Right. He just on one. I don't know. Sunday
Normally
morning.
he's reasonable. Like, okay, fine. That's fine, but no, not today.
Well, you guys are cutting into my Daisy time.
Oh, is that it?
No.
You're cutting into my sleep. So I don't want to hear it.
Fine. Whatever, Lady K. Whatever.
That's kind of crazy.
You are just saucy.
So tune in.
No, I don't
Wednesday.
I think we lost everybody. Now there's going to be 0 downloads. No one's going to care because you're
Don't listen to Lady K. Oh no, fuck that. You listen to me, Big Mike. Wait,
I think your name's K-Berg.
K Berg. You listen to me, damn it.
I would definitely please just listen to us.
Yeah, you do, Mr. Douglas. Be hating on it. Pretty sure you must be a crackhead.
Fucking over there smoking crack, listen to his country pop.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you said at those festivals it was regular country.
It is regular.
Oh my
country
God,
people.
make up your mind.
You know, he's the one saying, telling Heath he's smoking crack, listen to country pop. You know what? I'd like to say something. In the last 30 days, we've had 207 downloads.
Way to go.
All right, before we end this episode, and whoever is our like religious fan out of Ashburn, Virginia, we love you.
We've already went over that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Don't be
Thank
weird.
you.
peace, motherfuckers.
See ya. But he agrees with us, says Heath Douglas.
Yes, he agrees with me. He didn't say you guys. He said I agree. I actually agree with Adam mostly.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that, even if you do, because we don't need that in his brain right now because he's an
no.
asshole.
He
No.
knows music like he has a good taste in music like me. He's not trash like you guys.
Excuse me, I don't listen to
Oh,
country.
gosh.
It's not. I'm not gonna annihilate.
What are we doing this next episode?
I don't know, but we're not gonna alienate a whole group of people that could be listening. Now they don't because they hate you.
You know what? You're dreaming if you think that's gonna alienate a group of people.
It
It
sure
could.
could.
Okay, well then we don't need them people.
Oh. All right.
I want anybody that
Because I don't like your music.
listen. You talk about accepting and all that stuff, and
I'm
feel,
accepting of people that like.
no, you're
country
not.
music.
You're calling them crackheads and saying that
No,
they,
I'm saying
their
there's a lot of
opinions are shit. How about you just let
No.
people be?
I'm saying their music opinions are shit.
But that's your opinion. Your opinion on that. I'm not weighing in because I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
So
well,
stop it.
Yeah, because you're something else.
I don't care. I'll be that. I openly admit it, and I'm fine with it.
All right, what are we doing the next episode on?
We should probably cover the
Will
brain.
you stop yelling?
I can yell if I want to.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my headset at you soon.
You need to eat your food because this is ridiculous.
I'm trying to, but you know what?
Shovel
You're
it
still
in.
talking.
Eat.
Shut the fuck up.
You need to. You're pain in the ass. I'm serious. Eat.
What are we doing this next episode on?
The brain. We didn't touch it.
Stop yelling
I'm
in
not-
my ears.
I'm sorry, but
You're yelling at all them people I'm
they're
listening to.
they're fine. They
No, because
are.
you go in the red when you do that, and it's not fine.
Oh my god.
Then eat.
We're starting the next episode.
Just take a bite or two.
I did.
Chill out.
Sarah, I'm trying. You chill.
I'm fine. You're just driving me crazy. You're mean.
I'm not. I'm starting this next episode so we can get it over with. You go back to sleep and get out of my hair.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And welcome back to the Burger Joint. This is K-Bird.
It's Big Mike.
And Lady K.
And what are we talking about?
Nothing. No, I think we should go back to the brain because we never even touched it the last episode.
Alright, what are we talking about?
Okay, then talk about the brain, Lady K.
Well, I was just saying, did we not?
We didn't, but you know what? You let us get sidetracked.
I did no
Yeah.
such thing.
It is your job as a sober person to lead us in the right direction.
You're sober.
I am not sober.
Then you're not doing a very good job.
I don't even know what to think about the brain.
I don't either.
Without it, you wouldn't be able to think at all
I know Lady K's brain's all fucked up right now.
because you're silly. It has keys but no locks. It has space but no room, and you can enter but can't go inside. What is it?
Windows.
No.
What'd you say to me again? Sorry.
Said it has keys but no locks. It has space but no room. You can enter but can't go inside. What is it?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Any of our listeners want to weigh in?
Keys with no locks. Space with no room. You can go inside.
You can enter but you can't go inside.
A passcode. A password.
Kind of. No.
PIN number.
No.
A chat room.
No.
What is it?
A keyboard. Don't yell at me.
Space but no room. Keys with no lock. It has no locks on it. Num lock. Caps lock.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
stupid.
they mean like
That's stupid. That's just fucking stupid. I broke that myth. It has locks on it.
Man, that Riddler didn't do very good, I don't think.
Fucking crackheads over here writing riddles.
Like,
May as well be at a goddamn country concert.
like, wonder how high you got me to come up with some of these riddles. Like, oh, that's the stupidest way to say that.
I mean, look at this keyboard. It literally says, whoa. It says lock 3 times on it. Num lock, screen lock, caps lock. 3 locks on the motherfucker. I'm pissing her off so much today. So, what's this about the brain?
What part of the brain makes you think of riddles?
The cerebral cortex.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's all sorts of these, like, things going on in there all the time. And it's so weird. Like, I don't know, somehow this shit inside me is making me see and think stuff.
So do you ever like I get really bad anxiety, and sometimes I feel like I wish I could just dig my brain out with a spoon because I know that that's what's causing my anxiety.
it's because it's over getting too much stimulation as opposed to being regulated. It's not the parts of your brain are bad. It's you've seen MRIs and things,
Yeah.
CT scans of a brain that has anxiety or depression, and how depression things are dim and not illuminated. You have anxiety, and those certain parts are brighter, and that's because they're working harder than a normal brain would be in certain situations. Same
So,
with depression, but under.
so how is it possible for me to have major depressive disorder with anxiety
because
disorder?
it happens. So
So
I,
it's
I'm
like
not
part
sure.
of my brain illuminated and part just black?
So in my mind, I could be completely off track with this way of thinking, but this is how my brain works to kind of comprehend anxiety and then depression. Because say you're in an anxiety attack, your brain is overloaded, it's illuminated entirely, you're going through some shit. Well, you exhaust all that energy and that power in your brain to the point where, well, now that's past, so you're depleted of all the normal
Other stuff.
normal like neuron transmission or whatever, to the point where you don't have any left. So you're stuck in this depressive mode. It's typically it's a cycle. You don't just, oh, I'm going to have anxiety this day and then a week later you're going to be in this depressed mode. It's a cycle.
So you're saying the two never really happen at the same time?
I mean, technically you can, because you can be depressed about something and be anxious about something, but there may be different parts of your brain, but you're going to feel one over the other typically, especially if one is very strong, because you can't be anxious and down in the dumps simultaneous. I mean, you can, but it doesn't present that way.
So I can tell you when I'm in a really depressed state and have an anxiety attack is the worst time to have an anxiety attack.
I can imagine, because you're depleted.
Because it feels... You know how I used to say, because this used to happen a lot more, you know how I used to say, look, I can't control myself at these certain points. It's like I'm watching myself. That's when that happens. Is I can sit there physically almost like I can see myself. Like I'm staring right at myself wondering, why is he saying these things?
Like I said, you can have it simultaneous, but it's different parts that are being affected at that point.
It's almost like a complete mental breakdown at that point.
Yeah, you're fucked up.
It almost feels like a bad trip, but you're sober. It's such a weird thing. It's like you can feel something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like physically, it just feels like there's just something not right.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you ever get that?
Not then like that, no.
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
It sounds horrible.
Lady K, continue on.
I don't know. It's just, I wonder at what point we can figure out how to regulate that, where we just have, it's equal. But I think having those certain parts, I think it's important for certain things in our life, because if you adrenaline and like anxiety, because that's kind of how it can translate, I think it's a good thing, because it gets your mind racing and going, and you having to figure something out really quick.
Adrenaline and anxiety aren't the same thing, though.
I mean, they feel like the same thing.
No, adrenaline's fun. Anxiety's
No,
awful.
you can have bad adrenaline. That's part of the reason, like your heart rate increases and your brain activity is.
It sounds to me like you're describing a panic attack, not adrenaline.
No, I'm just saying that's
Or
what
adrenaline
I
induced panic
I
attack.
think I think there's room in a person's life to have the need for that feeling of not anxiety, but it's just having to. It's kind of like adrenaline. That's what I mean.
Well, you're probably right. There's probably a rhyme or reason to it.
Right, but it's misfiring to where you're anxious about things that shouldn't
Well,
be
it
bothering you.
boils down to because humans aren't meant to live like we live.
Right, that's just it.
And of course, we're going to have all this mental illness and anxiety and depression and panic attacks and everything else when we're sitting here living in a way that we aren't supposed to at all. This is not what our bodies are built for.
So, like, if you look at it, our fight or flight response, that's our brain kind of controlling the situation. Like, you need to go or you need to deal with this. And that's part of it. But I think that function and other things,
Keep going.
other things are.
He just kind of gets up and leaves.
Goodbye.
Whenever he feels like he's like, all right, I'm out.
I think you could have just, paused.
Right. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to pause anymore. He just wants us to just keep on
Keep
going.
going. Keep on trucking. I'm supposed to keep my train of thought. I
Right.
have no
right.
idea.
Especially when he makes weird faces at us before he leaves. He's like, and then like, what's going on? And then he's gone. And it just kind of messes us up every
What
time.
We left the station
Right.
along with you.
you always expect it just to be able to keep going whenever you just get up and leave.
What? Because I leave and never the world stops or something?
Right.
Like,
The world revolves around K-Bird.
Like, I guess I don't know if we're just supposed to keep going or we're supposed to, like,
I was
keep going.
lost.
Yeah, just keep going.
But are we supposed to keep going about the topic we're talking about? Because that feels unnatural. And so then we keep talking.
Who am I talking to? I'm staring at a couch.
Right.
You're in front of me.
You people, you fucking country fans.
Oh, my God.
I would not label myself that. Thank you.
Okay. Anyways, so you can be depressed and anxiety ridden at the same time, but you're just a freak of nature at that point.
Well, you can. I mean,
think
obviously you can. It's just different sections that are overreacting and underreacting. But it's just in my mind, like the typical cycle, you're gonna feel that anxiety, and then it depletes your normal function, and then you're gonna feel like that's how bipolar works.
I feel it's like a horrible thing that, we got all these lights in our faces all day long. We got noise in our faces all day long. No, and I know we got lights in here. We got screens in our faces all day long. We got all this stuff happening all day long. And then you add in the external sides of, you're surrounded by, you're seeing 100 to 1,000 people on a daily basis. Normal people, not you, Lady K. And just because you work from home, you're different.
I still deal with hundreds of people.
Yeah, but and all this stuff, people are not, again, meant to live like this. It's no wonder there's so many issues.
We're
on a mental
overstimulated
level.
for sure.
Yeah, it's like, and you say that, people, you just got to get used to having an 8-hour day job or a 10-hour day job. Yeah, we do have to get used to it. That's the sad part, but we're not built for that. We're not meant to live like that. And our mental fucking disabilities that are plaguing us, the more and more we get into this stuff and the more and more an individual doesn't matter at all to society, the more you gotta open your eyes and see we're not meant to live like this, bottom line.
That's true.
The problem is that the way when you're saying meant to live like anything, I think the way it would get to where you want to mentally live like you want to live, oh, you're warring with people all the time.
I don't think we have
Why?
a set way of
Because
mental.
that's just how it works. There's some things where like people have like 120 people like in their lives. Like that's the right amount of people that you actually care enough about is 120.
That's a lot of
That's a
people.
lot.
Right, right. Oh, but people have the capacity to care about that many people.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, any more than that, it's just too many.
It's just white noise.
Right. So we're almost set up to fight other tribes.
Or our instinct.
I think
As
what's truly natural, yeah, is combat and
Do you
like
think
animals do. They're always fighting each other.
that's true? Like, what is
But
what is meant for us as humans?
If that makes you us happier as a species, then fuck it. Honestly.
Makes some of us happier, not all of us.
Right? I don't have that capability in my brain to be in that. I am very passive in my existence. Is I don't like fighting. I mean,
I feel like I don't care for very many people compared to what I should be now.
right? You're terrible.
I don't know that many people, honestly.
Yes, I like people I talk to. It's like
You'd be
I can
surprised.
count on both my hands.
You'd be surprised how many people your brain space is. But yeah,
I mean, I know people, but I don't.
it's
That-
probably shifted through the years too. I mean, it's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few people that I've talked to through the years that I don't anymore.
Yeah, that's
But it
just
doesn't mean you're care about them.
Yeah, but sometimes that's kind of weird. It's like there's people that just, all right, they're just not part of your life anymore.
so. As an individual, I think we're going in a better direction of mental health and figuring things out, but I think we need, as an individual, we need to be a little more self-reliant to be able to control what happens in our life. Like if we find that we're being overstimulated or there's too much going, we need to be able to take a step back and shut it off and not just assume daily life and go on living that way. That's unhealthy. I think we need to take our own responsibility too and not expect it to fall on everybody else. I mean, we have a whole society to cater to. It's just impossible. So honestly, it's very important to be your own advocate, to find your own peace, because not everybody's going to want the same thing. There's people that they thrive on being in an anxious state. And I don't mean anxious as in over anxious. I mean like that adrenaline where like they got to be doing something. They're 100% all the time. And that's fine. That's how they function. But there's also those that are the opposite. We need to be our own advocate and finding our own homeostasis, as they say.
Problem is, the world is not set up for you to be your own advocate, to find your own homeostasis. The world is set up for this. This is who you are. This is what you do. And this is what you do until you die, because you're never going to be retire. So this is just, you got to do these steps, and then you're going to die.
Yeah, but there's also, I mean, you can shape your own destiny. You don't have to follow those guidelines. There's plenty of people that don't. You just got to find it, and it's not easy. I think that's part of the fun.
The world's set up for your failure.
Sure.
All right? Like you said, it's not easy to find your own destiny, and most people never make any money off finding their own destiny. They'll
No.
just find a little bit of happiness out of it.
Yeah, I mean that's just got to be held on to us. We can't expect the government or professionals of medical background to solve these problems for us. I think it's important that we make that a priority. I think that actually is part the biggest problem because we focus on other things,
Well,
and that goes to the wayside, and we're unhappy because of that. If we could just figure out, oh, that's making me not happy, then we need to adjust.
and that's where we got to make ourselves a priority. I feel like I do good. I'll sit there and tell my boss to fuck off. I don't
That's
care.
I wish I had
Because
that, but
I realize though that if I die tomorrow in a car accident, ain't nobody there gonna cry about me or anything. They're just gonna put an ad in the paper to replace me that day,
and that's
and
a
that's
real
all I am with them. And so that's all anybody is at my job to me is a means to an income and nothing more. They are
and
products.
that is how a lot of people feel, and that's why
Upper management are products, I should say. Anybody
Sure.
below me is people that I try to take care of. But people above me, you are nothing more than income to me.
yeah, and but
You aren't even people.
I think that realization has really come to light for a lot of people, that they feel that's why they have left jobs and are seeking other employment opportunities and things that suit them better. I I mean, that's just them finding their happiness. There's nobody wants to feel like just a number or replaceable, and that's just the nature of business at this point. But I mean, you have to fill those spots, just regardless of whose name is behind it. It's just
Yeah, because somewhere along the line, people forgot how to be a boss and decided that instead of a boss, they're now just cow herders. And those cows are the beef. And once we slaughter it, we're just going to get another cow in here. We don't give two fucks about that cow's mental health or their family's health or anything else. We just want to keep it moving along.
right. I mean, that's business, and that's just
That's not what business used to be like.
no,
though.
and that's not what I'm saying. It just
I don't think it was always that way. I mean, you hear about back in the 60s
That's
and
true.
70s and all that stuff where employers actually took care of their employees.
Yeah, but I think that was honestly in the history of the world that was probably a very short, brief period of time.
that's true. But that the work setup was different.
And I
Before
actually I
that.
think probably a lot of that is there was a period of
Really bad.
somewhat large dominance of the United States in the world during that period. I don't think it was necessarily good like that all over the world.
We started off pretty lousy as far as a working class. I mean, conditions were deplorable, and I mean, how today we wouldn't function like that.
Right, coal miners and
Right.
country or
Country singers.
no, not coal miners and their the towns, the coal mine towns where they just paid the money that the mine didn't even pay them in real money, just their coal mining money.
Yeah.
And then their conditions were
Company
awful,
towns, yeah.
where they, you had someone die every other day,
That's.
and they just shoveled in somebody else.
But then you got countries that we sit there and look, oh, I'd never live there. That's a horror. Taiwan, for example. I read an interview, or was listening to an interview guy or Korea, sorry, went to Korea in the Korean War, never came back. And finally, within the last year, moved back here and said, this is the biggest fucking mistake I've ever made. This place is horrible. Why do you guys live here? He goes, in Korea, I worked for 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. The rest of the time, I enjoyed my life. He goes, over here, you have to work your life away to enjoy a little bit of time.
But what did he do
What do you mean?
in Korea?
For work?
He
you mean?
owned a little shop, like a roadside shop.
And he only had to work 2 hours a day.
Yeah, apparently it's normal for a lot of them countries. You only work a couple hours a day, enough that where you can get by, and that's it. Yeah, we hear different things over here, but when you talk to the people that live there or have lived there, it's completely different than the bullshit that we're shoved down our throats.
So there's just that many people that
We just can't survive on that. That just wouldn't. It's not
We
feasible.
have a society driven by greed and money, where a lot of these other societies, there is no greed or money to be driven by greed and money. So therefore, they don't have to work nearly as much. They're driven by family, things like that. Their societies are.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I'm just saying yeah, that, and we're also driven by things.
Yeah,
Which is part of greed, I think, isn't
and
it?
I think, yeah, that's where you have to decide what's important.
Right.
Right. I mean, but honestly, if you decided none of this stuff is important, I'm going to live out of a van the rest of my life and drive around
People
from
do
place to
that.
place, and they still work more than a couple hours a day.
Yeah, but that's on them.
Because they, in America, to get by, you have to work more than a couple hours a day, no matter where you live or how you're doing it. Unless the government's flipping your bill, if you ain't working an 8 hour day, you're going to die. You're going to starve to death and die. And that's just the reality of it.
Well, that's. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's also
America's
you.
set up for us to be slaves to the corporate world because we won't survive without it.
Just deal drugs. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I again, I also hear a lot of rose-colored tales and never know who's telling the truth. You know.
That's true. They're gonna give the
I tend to
comfy
believe
side of
the
things.
people who live there or have lived there or have had extended stays in these places than anybody who's just reading a fucking something they've seen on the internet and saying, "Oh, the CDC
So
says," or "Oh, our government says we shouldn't go there because it's dangerous." Our government tells us a lot of things. I
Yeah,
don't
but
believe 90% of the shit that comes out of their
I'm
mouth.
just. I'm thinking that you're gonna get that same kind of one-sidedness from other people as well until you know it for yourself. It's not. You're not gonna get the full picture.
Look, as long as they're not sitting there trying to say, "Oh, there's no crime or anything over here," if you're just telling me you got to work a couple hours a day and that's all you got to work, yes, I believe you. I'm gonna believe you.
Yeah, but what else are you
Because I also see how
missing?
America's set up and why it's set up this way and
Right, I
why
get
we have
that.
to work so many hours.
I get that. It's just I think there's other things that are at play that maybe aren't being discussed either.
Well, they're poorer countries, Sarah. There's less that you have in these countries. That's what's not being discussed, but that's obvious. If
Yeah,
you can't see that,
I understand that, but what are
then
you
you
giving
probably
up?
shouldn't be listening to this conversation type thing.
like I no, I don't get to what you're saying. Like, why do you have to? So you're saying that they're poor, so, but that's better because they don't have to work.
Okay, poorer countries as a whole tend to have happier people in a way because they don't know that they're missing out.
But you will if you did live it.
If you didn't live there, yes, you'd know you're missing out, but then you'd also know that you have to give away your life to slavery essentially to enjoy all these things that you get to enjoy for an hour or two a day. And that's how you work 8 to 10 hours a day to enjoy that hour or two a day versus working that hour or two a day to enjoy that 8 to 10 hours a day with less.
Either way, I think we need to take charge of our own happiness. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a very different existence, so it's not even the same. Where when you're someone that's from a poor country, yes, it can vary a lot of times.
What up, Canicast 31? How you doing?
It can be very simple to watch that. What? Uh, yes, life is a lot more simple. You have probably have less anxiety over, making money and having to pay the bills and this, that, and the other thing. However, you could also die the next day a lot easier.
Yeah, your survival rate is. Yeah, you have give and take. Yeah, maybe some aspects you'll be happy, some probably not. Like, what's healthcare like? I'm not asking
This-
for the answer, but
You've heard me talk about Jacob Hemphill before.
No.
Correct? No? Okay.
No.
He's a musician. But Soja, Soja, is the band he's in. He was born and raised in Africa in his younger years. All right, and he thought the African American or African community was just so happy. He couldn't figure out why all these little African kids are running around always smiling and happy.
Yeah.
Okay, they had nothing, but they were always happier than he was, who had more than them. All right, and so he came back with the idea of African people are just happier people. And that's just the way it was. They have nothing, yet they're these happy, always smiling, singing, happy people.
Yeah.
Well, then he moves to America in his teens,
Yeah.
all right? And he moves to D.C., and he ends up in the hood. And he sees all these African American kids his age, and they're angry, they're pissed off. They have everything compared to the kids over in Africa, but they're just mad and angry people. And what he figured out was, without all these material things, you're able to be happier. Was his conclusion. That the kids in Africa were happy because they had less and didn't know they had less.
Well-
Right. So the only thing that matters in life is happiness.
In the end, yeah.
well, I think that's the ultimate goal for sure.
You know,
But
when
you just
you're
gotta
on
be
your
able to-
deathbed, are you going to be thinking about all the years? Oh, I did such a good job at work all those years? Or are you going to be thinking, I wish I could have lived a happier life? Or I was happy with the life I lived.
Right. I guess it just depends on if your life is as long so you're saying it's better to potentially have a shorter, happier life. Well, yeah, that sounds right.
Thank you. Would you rather live 2 days and be happy in those 2 days, or live a week? We're just making it short, or live a week and be miserable.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of depends on how miserable.
Here's another way to put it, and a lot of people know this, so I'm not throwing anything new out there. Me and Lady K had a son die at a young age. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's gave me comfort in that whole thing is he doesn't have to live through the misery that is life.
That doesn't help me at all, but that's fine.
Because life is fucking miserable for the most part.
That doesn't
Yeah, I don't think it's that miserable for everybody though.
No, it's not.
Oh, maybe just me because I'm mentally fucked.
Yeah, maybe.
But I have to force myself to smile to be able to be happy. Okay, and I feel like my son dodged that bullet.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think that's how that all works.
Yeah, well, it gives me comfort.
Well, if it gives you comfort, that's good.
You know, hell, if I could have been dead 10 years ago, a lot of misery that I would have avoided.
Yeah, I guess.
But I guess what I'm saying is it's better to live a shorter life and be happy than a longer life and be miserable.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even then. I don't even know if I agree. There's again to an extent. Depends on how short and how long and how miserable, or non-miserable.
Depends on how short and how long.
I get what he's saying. It's fine.
I got what you're saying, I think. And again, I just put it in the week standpoint because I didn't want to say years.
I understand.
Okay.
Again, we got to be in charge of our own pursuit. Can't rely on anything else to make that happen.
Yeah, but sometimes it's kind of hard because you do say in this country you do end up with all these other obligations. So
That's true.
Yeah, we're in a country that's designed to not allow you to find your own pursuit.
I understand that. But to expect somebody else to fix that is a silly thing.
Well, no, you can't expect anybody else to fix it. No, the government ain't gonna fix it for you because as soon as they fix it for you, we ain't their slaves anymore.
right. So the thing is, you just got to kind of try to figure it out. Like, what's actually important to you and how you can maximize your time trying to do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I do think to a certain extent, sometimes it seems like we're pulled in too many different directions,
Agreed.
and maybe some that don't matter as much. And if we could prioritize our time elsewhere,
Hmm.
yeah,
That's where I'm saying we're really overstimulated. I mean, just gotta find that happy.
Oh, then you look at days like today where I'm overstimulating myself.
You are
well,
definitely overstimulated.
but also like it's it's kind of a cool thing and a fun thing to keep up with people as much as we do and do things with people.
Yes.
But at the same time, like back in the day, you went home from work like probably didn't really talk to people a whole lot. You were just hanging out. You actually probably had a time of mental relaxation where you weren't being stimulated. Even if you were watching some TV, it was chill, you know.
Yeah.
And now it's like your brain is just constantly going all day.
Oh, yeah. It is. We got cell phones in our pockets, stuff like that. You're always connected to something or another, which goes back to what I was saying earlier, is just humans aren't meant to live like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so with 120 people, I was trying to think of like people that like I would think are probably part of my tribe. I was thinking like Joel Pasqua. I would say he's like in the tribe.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to think of someone that like would be outside of the tribe.
Jeff Miller.
What?
No, he might be in my tribe.
I get what you're saying, that it's far reaching as far as in your tribe.
Jen Kohlenberg.
Still in the tribe, probably.
I'm trying to think. I mean, is it people that we don't talk to that's not in the tribe?
It's like people that maybe.
Trevor Kohlenberg.
Yes, he might get in the tribe somehow because he's in someone else's tribe.
But he's not in our tribe.
No,
He's like in his own tribe.
right. Nothing to do with the guy.
Yeah. Don't
That's-
know.
That's a very good example.
I probably met him one day in my life.
Yep.
If that.
Yep.
A big scary dude. I've heard stories.
So yeah, so that's kind of how the tribe thing works there.
His brother told me once that he's seen him take a football and just squeeze it, crush it.
I could do that.
Dang, that's good, crazy.
Well, he is kind of. What?
Why are we out here talking about people?
Right.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Let's just not. How
yeah, he's different.
about- okay.
He's got a wild side.
Oh my god, bro. Like, you just want to do what the fuck you want to say, don't you?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna stick here in my corner.
I'm gonna stick here. I'm not speaking the rest of this podcast.
Okay.
You guys finish it.
But like, I'm just trying to think like, man, like, but I'm trying to find like the perfect person that's like, I don't know, like
You know of.
like, I'm trying to think of like past people that I worked with, and I would say most of them are outside the tribe. Like all of them, really. Not all of them, obviously, but most of them.
I get what you're saying.
Um,
They were just passerbys, and
right. Like I can't think of any single. Well, there's probably one, or two, but maybes, but not really.
that's right. I get what you're saying.
Those one or two might be people that are like in the tribe for other reasons, not because I worked with them. You know what I mean? That are in the tribe.
Yeah.
You gotta look at each other. Don't look at me. I'm not talking
I'm-
this podcast.
Oh my god. See, there you go, being on one still.
Right. Get off.
So now you're on one for this reason or that reason.
I think he had a valid point.
Like, gee.
Right.
Can you think of someone that's in your tribe that's not in my tribe?
My family, like parts of my family, I would assume.
Yeah, 5 parts of your family.
I got like 10 people in my tribe.
Shut up.
You're right. I don't even know if you have an uncle or aunt, honestly.
I do.
So yeah, they're definitely not in my tribe.
If you don't know their names, or
Right.
that would be it. Yeah.
Well, that's annoying.
I don't know. In my mind, unless I talk to you on a daily basis, you ain't even in my fucking tribe.
So maybe it could equate to those that would like a post on Facebook of yours. Like if you posted something. I know that doesn't encompass everybody because not everybody's on.
I'll get some random likes that I don't care about.
Okay, that's true.
It's kind of weird because you're like, you know my family, but I don't know yours. It's kind of sketchy.
Why
is
would
weird.
you know her family though?
I don't know.
Because I know his,
Right.
but I know
You
yours.
know her family. She knows your family. She knows my family. I just don't know her family. Shit's sketchy as fuck.
Yes,
I was gonna say I don't know your wife's family, but I do know
some of them.
some of her family. So
Right. There might be people that are in her family that are even in your tribe that are not in my tribe.
Oh, her family's not in my tribe.
Alright.
I love her family, but like I said, if I don't talk to you on a daily basis, you're not in my tribe.
I know what you're saying. Okay.
Like your niece, would it be?
I don't talk to her on a daily basis. She's not in my tribe. She's
Oh.
she's in her own tribe.
No, a tribe is 120 people. Bro.
Right. You.
Up to 120.
No.
I choose not to have 120.
That's bullshit.
No,
I used to have 7.
you gotta have 120.
Exactly.
Fucking A. I don't want 120 people in my tribe. I don't want to know that many people.
Well, you do. You can't cut out people because you don't want to know them.
People out very easily.
Does
You've
it-
seen
okay,
this.
But does it mean you don't know them?
No, when I cut them out, I no longer know them.
Anyway.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but you're not cutting these people out. You just don't talk to them as much.
So you're saying, because you don't talk to these people daily, if they showed up at your gates in the tribal wars, and you're like, nah.
They'd have to pass a test. I don't know that you could be here trying to sabotage some shit.
I don't know. I think they'd end up in your tribe pretty early
I think
on.
he's just being cynical. I mean, on another basis, I think you'd go to war for a lot of people that you don't realize you would.
Right, but doesn't mean I'm gonna let them in my tribe.
You're not going to war
I'll
for
give
people.
my shirt off my back to the guy I don't like down the road if he needed it, but doesn't mean I'm gonna let him in, or tell him about myself or let
He's
him
not
into my life.
understanding. He's not understanding this. I understand what, like, people that have mattered even
Yeah, I okay.
that you'd still care to hear about or
Zombie apocalypse, besides you having a test or a report they got to do, they show up to the gates. Is your inclination to let them in or to not let them in?
I'll let him into the foyer.
Okay, how about this? People that you would let take the test versus not even let take the test.
That's true. So, okay, we're looking at the people in the back of a country concert versus people that you would give a time of day.
I ain't gonna be at a country concert to give any of them the time of day.
Oh my God! How
That's
about
not the
this?
point.
People that if they called you, you would answer the call.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help, bro.
Okay. People that if they text you, you would respond to a text.
Okay.
That doesn't help.
Yes, it does. You respond to.
I do not respond to a lot of texts.
Yes, you do.
I respond to
Enough.
a lot, but I don't respond to even more.
Okay. Just forget it then.
People, if they texted me, "Are you okay?" How's that?
He knows what you mean. He's just being difficult.
I'm trying to pick on how difficult it'd be to get in my tribe, and it'd be fucking difficult.
I don't want to.
Because as a general rule, I do not trust people.
Well, that's okay. But there's still people.
I would not saying I would trust all the people in my tribe.
Well, why would I want you in my tribe if I can't trust you?
You're-
Because there's other benefits of having more people in a tribe, especially if I'm warring against other tribes. Your 7 people ain't gonna do nothing. My 120.
Right, that's
Yeah, but
true.
your 120 ain't gonna find my 7 people because we're not taking up that much room.
I give it.
You know,
You're not gonna talk
your
any
hu-
sense
Your
into 'em.
120 people's taking up a whole village. My 7 people are crowded away, hidden away in a basement, waiting for daylight to come.
Right. So I'm out here enjoying life as a 120 people tribe because that's the amount.
Because you're strong and
Yeah, right.
you can take care of yourself, and then
And
you're cowered in
hiding
the.
in a basement. with
Just
your
at night.
stupid tribe.
Just at nighttime.
People don't fight during the day.
I'm safe at night. No, during the daytime, you don't know how many people I have. I could just be a scouting group of 7 people.
Why is my stuff falling on?
But at nighttime, when
Bro,
he's-
there's 120 tribes. Like, you can't go running around escaping here.
I'm gonna just, my 7 tribe people, I'm gonna call it, I'm God and they're my 6 apostles, and everybody's gonna
no.
start worshiping me.
No,
Yes,
I
that's
won't
how
be a
we're-
part of that
That's
because
how
I.
we're doing it. And I'll go recruit tribes to worship me. So soon,
There you go with
my
your-
7 tribe, I have a 1,000,000 person tribe.
Here's the problem, bro. I'm not in your tribe. I'd accept you in mine, but I can't only be in a 7-person tribe. So now
Right,
you're
that's
gonna be
dangerous.
But you're gonna turn away my 1,000,000 person tribe?
No, 120 people. In a
You're not
tribe,
gonna
that's
get
it.
1,000,000 people with this negative attitude. I'm telling you, you're not God.
I am my own God.
Then you can follow yourself.
I do follow myself.
There you go. You can have yourself.
In a world without a God, we all gotta worship something, and I worship myself.
I don't think you like yourself that much.
I'm the only person I like 100%.
I don't believe that.
So, like, yeah, that's a good point. You 100% like yourself.
I wish I could say that because I definitely don't. All right, there's so many things. So you're saying you're 100% good with yourself, like you like your mental issues.
I've accepted everything about myself.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want it to be different. You want to be
At
unhappy.
this point, no, because it makes me who I am.
Okay, well that makes you. Oh, oops, sorry. Miserable, sometimes.
It does. You're right.
So why would you want to be miserable?
But also, I can tell you, if I wasn't mentally fucked, this podcast wouldn't be a thing. I would have never experienced twitching. I never would have experienced going down to Florida during a hurricane because I would have had a real job that would have never afforded me any of this shit.
Yeah, okay, but that's.
Being mentally fucked has afforded me a lot of cool things.
Fine, but that doesn't mean you found happiness. That's the whole point.
I've found my version of happiness.
No, you
and
have
that's
not.
staying stoned as possible at all times.
Okay.
But what if? Well, you don't know what experiences you would be having if you didn't.
Have that.
But I'm not missing what I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know, so you don't. I mean, you could be
I
missing
can't
true
miss
happiness.
what I don't know.
Yeah, but you could be missing out on happiness, is what it is.
But I don't know that.
Okay.
I could also be missing
But you
out
are.
on
Just say you are.
not having my family anymore because I wasn't mentally fucked enough to stick around with them. What you got to say about that?
That might not have been how that even worked, though.
It might not have. I don't know. But I can't miss what I don't know.
Right, but you know as you are now, so how do you know that you wouldn't want to not have that going forward?
If I wasn't mentally the way I am, I would be 100% a different person. I know that. Because I know my personality is because of how mentally fucked I am. So no, none of this. I probably would have never even met my wife. Because I probably never would have went out to
No,
Illinois.
I'm talking about going forward. You're talking about the past. I'm saying, what if you just didn't have it going forward?
I wouldn't want to risk not being who I am.
Man, you are God to yourself.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
What? I wouldn't want to risk not being who I am. I know who I am. Why would I want to risk?
I don't think
I'm happy with who I am.
I believe you. You love yourself. I get it. I know I have flaws. I don't know if I want. Why would I not want? Why would I want my flaws?
right. I definitely don't.
Because you don't know what else is going to change without them.
Well, let's check it out.
Okay, but that would just be a change. That'd just be different.
Yeah, it'd unflaw your flaws, so you just have to adapt to the change.
Okay, so you're getting rid of all my flaws. That includes my atomisms. Never.
That's
gonna
not
get...
a flaw.
No, it is a flaw. That is a mental flaw that causes that to happen.
Okay, I don't think it's
So you're gonna have to
Okay.
never witness one of those again. Never get to laugh with me about that again because that is gone.
Wait. Hold on. Two things here. One, I didn't say you had to get rid of all your flaws.
right. Just
You could choose which flaws to get rid of.
right. Don't get rid of that one.
You like atomisms, okay? We're keeping them.
Yeah, but we're getting rid of my mental health flaws, which cause things like
Okay,
that.
but that portion of it can stay. Everything else can go.
Right. I don't have to
I-
get rid of all your mental health flaws.
I'd want you to feel happiness because you've always said that you're not happy. You don't love that kind
No.
of thing.
I said that these pills that I'm on make it impossible for me to feel love.
Okay, but you were worse off without them.
Right, but I was able to love at that point. So let's look at it that way. I got rid of the flaws of I no longer feel so deeply a want to off myself because of these pills help curb that some. So
Yeah.
I got rid of that flaw. But by getting rid of that flaw, I got rid of my flaw of OCD. That's gone. So all my cleanliness is gone. I got rid of a lot of other things. I got rid of the capability to feel love. I got rid of all this stuff by trying to fix one flaw. And I guess that's why I'm so particular on this, is because I've tried to fix one flaw and seen how fucked it made everything else. You know, I have no sex drive.
Okay. Again,
You know, I mean,
because you're speaking in reality, I'm speaking on hypotheticals.
Right,
You're
this-
not getting rid of a flaw by a drug that then therefore masks other things.
I guess okay, in your hypothetical world, yes. Okay, but in reality,
In reality, this wouldn't happen.
I've done it, and it so badly sucks. And so badly that I'd rather go back to the way I used to be than... But I can't, because I can't get off these pills because they're so addicting on a physical level.
Yeah. So, all right, you win the conversation, bro.
Right.
No, there's nothing to win. I'm saying in your
you sure,
fictitious...
you sure make it feel that way. You're like, all right, shit's over.
No, in your theoretical world, that'd be wonderful.
That's all we were getting
That's
at.
all we were talking about. We
Well,
weren't talking about masking your flaws by drugs
I'm
or
explaining
whether
to
or not
you-
you're gonna do this
right,
or
right,
that.
but I'm explaining to you where I'm so hung up on it. Why I'm so hung up on it.
I understand, but
We understand all that, but that's not what we was talking
we
about.
obviously we're in hypothetical land because we can't do that. If we could, life would be a whole lot different for
Right,
people.
but you can understand where hypothetical land can be hard for some people to go to in
Sure.
some situations. So
Obviously.
I'm sorry I'm not as perfect as everybody else and able to just go to places because, you know, my brain lets me just go to these hypothetical places without freaking out over what I've already experienced in life by trying to get to these hypothetical places.
Okay.
Happy someday.
Yep. Yep. So we got a few minutes to cover yet.
I'm pretty zapped at this point.
I mean, tired of getting yelled at, honestly.
Huh?
Tired of getting yelled at.
I'm not
Right.
yelling at anybody. Oh.
Oof.
All right. Let's bring this episode to an end.
We had a few minutes.
I don't know. You guys are like zapped and tired of it. Let's just bring it to an end. I don't care.
No, we don't got to. I don't.
I'll jump on DayZ until 5. I don't care.
You've been playing a lot of DayZ. Who do you got to play?
Nobody. I play by myself.
Volleyball.
Oh, Katie.
Okay.
And then I'm taking our oldest as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
No. Just going to say he's 18 for the day.
Yeah, ain't no one really gonna care.
All right, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it should be a good time because it'll be cold.
Not raining, though.
Is it done raining now?
It's not. It's supposed to be sunny and no rain at 5.
When's that supposed to start?
No.
Oh, basically like now.
Yeah.
It was kind of trashy and rainy when I got up.
Was it? It looked shitty outside. I didn't look.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I did not look at all. But how much time we got left? Anybody want to add any last few minute things?
Got another riddle?
I can get one.
I'm pretty good at riddles. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
pretty
you
bad.
are. You are very good. Let's see.
I'm good at looking like I'm trying to figure them out, but I'll never get
I know
one.
you
There's
figured out
so
the
many
last
to
one,
just
kinda.
filter through because they're stupid. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't figure out the last one. Keyboard was the answer. I said password.
Yeah, but you were on the right line.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how stupid it was because it was wrong.
Yeah, there's locks all over it.
Right.
What gets shorter as it gets older? Typically.
What gets shorter
A
as
person?
it gets older? A leaf pile?
A candle.
Oh,
Okay.
Some of these are so stupid.
I mean, probably 'cause it's on fire.
Right.
Next time I'll just say a house when I light a house on fire.
What's always found on the ground, but that's not true.
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna say what's found on the ground but never gets dirty.
Dirt?
No.
Grass? Water?
Found on the ground but never gets dirty.
Dirt? The ground.
On
Dirt.
the rain.
What?
A shadow.
Ooh, I never had a dirty shadow. That sounds like a sex thing.
How the hell is that not true? How does a shadow get dirty?
It doesn't. That's the point.
Yeah, but you said, wait, that's not true.
You know,
Oh,
they're
I
found
changed
on
the word.
ground.
It says what's always found on the ground but never gets
Oh,
dirty.
okay.
Because that's not true. You
Yeah.
can find it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
Give us
I-
another good one.
I'm looking. Okay, this is dumb. I don't want this.
Aren't shadows so weird? Like the light can't get around the thing blocking it.
Yes, brother, they're weird. Wouldn't it be weird being inside of ultra black room or something to where you couldn't see anything on the wall and you cast your shadow on the wall, but it's so dark you can't see your shadow on the wall?
Do you cast a shadow if it's that dark?
Well, remember that absolute black room or whatever, you can't see the walls even.
Okay.
So how are you going to see something on the wall with a light when you can't see the walls with a light?
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What goes up but never comes down?
What goes up never comes down.
What?
What I said.
A balloon?
Well, a balloon will pop, won't it?
What goes up but never comes down? A rocket?
A satellite.
Think about it. You're approaching.
My age.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not true either. Because there's a type of worm in the ocean that when it goes to die, instead of dying, it like reverses its age back to an infant.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it relives its life. So literally an immortal worm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can't just kill it.
Oh, if you kill it, and it's fucked. It's dead. But like if it gets sick, it can revert its age back to infant and start over. If it starts to die of old age, revert its age.
This isn't a riddle, but
Isn't that
it
fucking
was
weird?
something on Snapple, like something I seen on the Snapple lids. You know. What's
Okay.
the only animal that never sleeps? Like, this is not a riddle. I'm asking as a true question.
An animal that never sleeps?
The one animal that never sleeps.
A mammal, or does this include fish?
It's
think
not a mammal. It's,
fi-
but
fi-
it's not a fish.
Fish are animals.
They are.
Crocodile,
No, that's a good guess.
Hummingbird.
Nope.
alligator,
No.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
a lizard,
You're getting closer.
one of them deadly lizards, the big fuckers,
A snake.
Our kid hated them.
frogs.
Bullfrog.
Bullfrogs never sleep.
Apparently not. That's what Snapple told me.
That sounds weird.
Right. You wouldn't think it would be that. Like, you would think it'd be like some sort of fish.
Well, I guess like during the day they are like swimming around and shit in the pond, and at nighttime they go rabbit, rabbit all night long. So
Yeah.
when would they sleep?
Between the two.
That's why they're so hard to catch.
So they're never sleeping.
Yeah, they're like
Hmm.
cracked out on something.
Ooh, this is a kind of a good one. We can end on this one, I guess.
Okay.
What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it?
What up, Vic?
A secret.
Sort of. but
Wait,
no.
so fragile that saying its name can break it?
It breaks it when you say its name.
Trust.
No.
Vic's guess was shark on that last one, by the way.
Oh, that's a good guess.
What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
Password.
I mean, that could be
No. It couldn't be, because that's not it.
a secret. I don't know. Daisy.
Silence.
Oh.
Do one more. You don't want to end it on that one.
Why? I liked that one.
Just one more.
Okay.
She's looking for a good one.
Do you think if it was ever so silent, you could hear stuff that you couldn't hear?
Yes.
So when I wake up in the middle of the night to take a shit,
Yeah.
hear me out. I'll go to the bathroom, and you know how sometimes like you're done taking a shit and you just sit there for a little while
Yeah.
and ponder. I will literally hear this going on throughout the house, and I never know what it is. But when there's silence, I always hear a hum.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So I never get complete silence. It kind of sucks.
This won't be my last one. This is the second last. But I want to ask it because it's funny that. Anyway, what do you lose the moment you share it?
Your virginity.
No.
What do you...
What do you lose the moment you share it?
Your
A secret.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I just had to because that was your answer.
Deprivation tank.
Ugh.
Ooh, I want to do one of those so bad. Okay, what's your second to last one, babe? Or your last one, babe?
What's lighter than a feather, but impossible to hold for much more than a minute?
Your breath.
Yeah, good job.
Oh my God, I got one.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to the end of this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Kick,
All that fun stuff.
all that fun stuff. If you play DayZ, hit K-Berg up. He loves playing it on the PC. If you play Fortnite, hit Big Mike up.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a collection of vibrators, hit Lady K up, I
Excuse
guess.
me?
Don't know what's going on with that.
That's weird.
But, all right. Love, peace, chicken grease. Vic got that last one right as well.
He's so smart.
Yep.
All right, there's that done. All right, Vic, we're done for the morning. Do yourself a favor, download DayZ, play with me on your computer, man.
It's later.
Peace. 2 hours, 2.5 hours.